Hi, I'm Fran Capo, the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking female. Now, I'm outside my home and I wanted to talk to you for a second because, first of all, I should tell you, I do a bunch of different things. I'm a writer, I am a motivational speaker. I've actually written 14 books. I hold 5 world records. I've bungee cord jumped, I've scuba dived with sharks, I've flown combat aircraft, I've driven race cars, I've done a book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro and one down by the wreck side of the Titanic. Why am I telling you all this? Because I was lucky enough when I was a kid that I had a mother that taught me that nothing is impossible, and my dad taught me to always find the humor in life. So if I did something and it didn't work out, I would use it as part of my stand-up comedy routine, and if it did work out, it became part of my motivational speaking. But my mother and father instilled in me that feeling that anything I wanted to be, I could do. Now, I'm really happy to say that I'm part of Mark has a program out called I.Am.4kids, and I'm on the board of that, and I'm really excited about it because, one of the things is when I went to school as a kid, I mean, of course you have to learn math and reading and writing, but part of me would be like, when am I ever going to use pi r squared? I mean, I guess if I was like an engineer or something, I would use it, but they didn't teach you the fundamentals of what you needed, which was self-esteem. So many kids get into gangs, do all these crazy things because they don't have the self-esteem to stand up and say, no, I don't want to do that, because they get involved with peer pressure or they feel they have to do it because someone's trying to force them to do it. But if you inside you have the core of who you want to be or what you want to do, then nobody can pressure you to do anything that you don't want to do. Self-esteem is so important, and it isn't taught in the schools. It's not part of the curriculum. Well, Mark has developed this program called I.Am.4kids. And since it's a nonprofit organization, the schools don't have to pay anything for it to come into the school. So, I mean, come on. What's better than a free price tag? It comes into the school. It's a program that's developed that the teacher simply puts the tape into the recorder, and the kids follow along. They answer questions like I am, and then they have to answer what they feel they are, and it leads them through a program. It's very simple to follow. It's for kids age in grades 2 to 5, and it's just something that should be in the schools at a young age. If you have people thinking good of themselves, from a very early start, then when they grow to be adults, they're going to think good of themselves. And if you think good of yourself, you're not going to allow yourself to get involved with drugs and drinking and all things that destroy yourself, because you have enough inside you to say, hey, I can be happy just with who I am. I don't need to have this outside stimulus to make me happy. It is so important to have in your core that you could be your own best cheerleader, that you could be able to accomplish anything you want in life, and that nothing is impossible, because truly nothing is impossible. Every single thing that happened in this world, from, somebody developing, the chair I'm sitting on to the house that I live in, any single thing started as an idea in someone's head, but they had to have the confidence in themselves to say, hey, I have this idea in my head, and I have this idea, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to make it into a reality. Now, anybody could do that, but if you don't have the core belief that nothing is impossible and have the self-esteem to be able to follow through with that, then you say, oh, I really want to do this, but it's going to be too much work, and I can't do this, and maybe somebody else can do it, but I can't do it. I look around because of the way that I was raised and lucky enough, and if I see someone run a marathon, I'm like, hey, if they can run a marathon and they have 2 legs, I can run a marathon. They can write a book, I can write a book. And that's what we want. We want every single kid in America to be able to have that inside of them. So I'm so happy that Mark developed this program, and he's really soft-spoken. I mean, I go into schools and I talk a lot, and I do motivational talks, and I tell them about my climbs to Kilimanjaro and my world records, because I have 5 world records, and they get all excited. But, I can't go into every single school. Well, I guess I can, but it would take a long time. So having a program like this gives access to kids all over the country, hopefully one day all over the world, to be able to say, wow, here's something that could teach me that I could be anything, I can do anything, good stuff, that I want to do, and nothing is impossible. All right, that's enough talking. I just want to let you know I am really thrilled to be part of this, because this is a program that is long overdue. And